When you drive down a smooth highway or walk across freshly paved roads, chances are you're stepping on something called bitumen. It's that thick, black, sticky substance that binds together the stones and sand in asphalt, making our roads durable and weather-resistant. But have you ever stopped and wondered, where does bitumen actually come from? Is it mined like coal? Is it made in a factory? Or does it arrive ready-made from the earth? The truth is, bitumen is both a natural material and a product of modern refining. Its journey is surprisingly complex, involving ancient geology, oil refining technology, and a process that turns crude petroleum into something strong enough to hold our highways together. So today, let's dive deep into the fascinating story of how bitumen is made, right here on History of Simple Things. Bitumen has been around far longer than highways and construction equipment. In fact, it naturally occurs in the Earth's crust. For thousands of years, humans have stumbled upon natural deposits, sometimes seeping out of the ground like tar pits. Ancient civilizations actually used it for waterproofing boats, as a binding material in construction, and even in mummification practices in Egypt. What they were using was natural bitumen, a thick residue formed when lighter hydrocarbons evaporated or were consumed by microbes over geological time. This type of bitumen is rare compared to today's industrial production, but it shows us that the material is deeply connected to petroleum itself. And that's really where our story begins, because modern bitumen is mostly made as a byproduct of crude oil refining. When crude oil is pumped from underground, it's not uniform. It's a messy mixture of hydrocarbons, ranging from very light gases like methane to extremely heavy and sticky molecules. To make fuels such as gasoline, kerosene, and diesel, refineries separate these components through a process called fractional distillation. This process involves heating crude oil in massive towers until it boils, then collecting the vapors at different levels depending on their weight and boiling points. The lighter fractions float to the top, becoming fuels we're more familiar with, while the heaviest fractions settle at the very bottom. And what's left down there? That dense, dark residue that doesn't vaporize, it's bitumen. Now, you might think the leftover residue at the bottom is useless sludge, but this is actually the starting point for bitumen. At this stage, the heavy hydrocarbons are incredibly viscous, almost like molten tar. Refineries can either sell it directly as straight-run bitumen, or they can process it further to improve its quality. Sometimes the residue is treated in vacuum distillation units, where pressure is lowered so it can be heated further without decomposing. This produces a purer and more stable grade of bitumen. Other times, air blowing is used, where air is bubbled through hot residue, altering its chemical structure so that it becomes more elastic and resistant to heat. These adjustments make it suitable for different climates and construction needs, because a road in a hot desert requires different properties than one in freezing, snowy regions. You might wonder, why go through so many steps for something that just glues rocks together on roads? The answer lies in durability. Roads endure constant stress from vehicles, temperature swings, and even exposure to water and oxygen. Unprocessed heavy oil residue would crack in cold weather, soften in heat, or crumble under repeated stress. By carefully refining bitumen, engineers can control its consistency, flexibility, and resistance to aging. That's why the asphalt on your street can last years before needing repairs. It's not just rocks and tar slapped together, but a carefully engineered mixture built on bitumen's backbone. Not all bitumen is the same. In fact, it comes in different grades, depending on viscosity and penetration value, basically how soft or hard it is. Softer grades are often used in colder climates because they stay flexible and resist cracking, while harder grades work better in hot climates where softer materials might melt. Beyond road paving, bitumen also finds use in waterproofing membranes for buildings, roofing materials, and even industrial adhesives. Its stickiness, resistance to water, and durability make it versatile well beyond highways. But still, over 85% of bitumen produced worldwide is used in road construction, making it the silent partner in our transportation networks. Here's where people often get mixed up. Bitumen and asphalt aren't the same thing, though they're closely related. Bitumen is the binding agent, the glue. Asphalt, on the other hand, is the final mixture of bitumen with aggregates like crushed stone, gravel, and sand. Think of it this way: bitumen is like flour in baking, while asphalt is the finished loaf of bread. You wouldn't call flour a cake, but you can't make cake without it. So when you hear people say asphalt roads, what they're really talking about is aggregate bound together with refined bitumen. With growing awareness about sustainability, bitumen production and use are evolving too. Since it's petroleum-based, there's pressure to reduce its environmental footprint. Interestingly, bitumen is one of the most recycled materials in the world. Old asphalt from demolished roads can be reheated, reprocessed, and reused in new pavement, saving resources and energy. This recycling potential makes bitumen a crucial part of more sustainable construction practices, ensuring we get the benefits of strong, durable roads without unnecessary waste. So how is bitumen made? It begins deep underground with crude oil, travels through massive refinery towers, and emerges as a dense, resilient residue refined to withstand the harshest road conditions. What looks like sticky black tar is actually the product of advanced engineering, centuries of human experimentation, and natural petroleum chemistry. Next time you're driving down a freshly paved highway, take a moment to appreciate the unsung hero beneath your tires. That smooth ride isn't just concrete and gravel, it's bitumen, crafted through an incredible process that keeps the world moving. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.